going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon. This is my brother Jason.
Hi.
Today's video we're going to nerd out a little bit about one of my favorite toy lines when I was a kid, which was Transformers. But before we do, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, make sure you leave a comment and subscribe because we still have the full room tour video to come. Jay, I remember having a lot of Transformers back in the day, and now I have none of them. And I think I have a suspicion of where they may have gone.
Well, your suspicions were correct, Mr. Data. Right? Yeah, look, the story goes in, well, the video that was done about 4 years ago is that, yes, it is true, I did knock them off him, and bad fucking luck as far as I'm concerned.
You know what's funny though? So at the time, I still remember, again, I've told it many times, Jason came around, was grabbing all my toy boxes and baskets out of the laundry, and I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm taking all your toys, you don't need them. And at the time, I didn't need them. I had a discomfort about letting them go because I am a bit of a hoarder, but I kind of was like, I guess, because I was like, I think becoming a young teenager by then, I didn't really care about my toys. Never would I have thought that I would get back into this stuff. Same with comic books. We're going to talk about some Transformers from, I guess, the old to the new, because it looks like you still collect the new stuff as well, right?
Well, this is basically, it is G1. Most people would recognise the character. I mean, but these are sort of like more of the updated versions. They're not like the little... I was
going to say, they're not G1. That Optimus is way too big.
No. See, this Optimus Prime is actually from a Chinese company. And what they do is they basically rip them off and they give them new names. But the toys that they make are so good, they're actually almost better than the real deal.
So that's like a bootleg Transformer.
It is, yeah, that's a bootleg. So you've got Optimus, you've got Grimlock here,
wow, and
he's a bootleg too. All these are bootlegs. You wouldn't...
That whole top shelf?
All of it.
Oh.
The whole lot. So with Optimus, Grimlock, Ironhide, Ratchet, Hot Rod, Jazz, Bumblebee, they're all Chinese rip-offs, but they're that good that they're worth displaying. I mean, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Simon will have actually a better picture of it. And then you've got Devastator, Galvatron, Megatron, Cyclonus, Shockwave, and the camera can't pick it up because it's too far down, but you've got a Quinta Sun Leader. He is an original War for Cybertron, and you've also got Omega Sentinel, not to be confused with Omega Supreme. That's his brother, so to speak. He's the blue version. He's a 2-foot tall terror, which you can't see here, but he's about yay big. I love the Transformers. I've always loved the Transformers, and I remember waking up every Saturday morning, for those people that are old enough to watch the Early Bird Show and Marty Monster and all that, right? I was 14, 15 years old, and I just used to watch that, right? 3 hours of it to watch 20 minutes of bloody Transformers, right? And we'd tape it as well at the same time. So this fella here, because he was only about, well, that big, right? About the same size as Grogu, right? Yeah, so he could watch it as well later on and appreciate it. But I mean, G1, I still love Transformers. Till this day, I still absolutely love them. I reckon it's whoever came up with the bloody idea. Well, it was a Japanese idea. The Americans bought it, and the difference between what the Japanese did, the Americans bought it, then we did the concept so that you would have Autobots as basically car vehicles and all that, and then the Decepticons would be flight capable. So that, and then what they did, then they added the story, and that's how Transformers became a hit. Well, before that, most people don't know, it was actually originally Japanese, but they just didn't have the names or anything, you know, like Optimus Prime and Megatron and all that. There is something I think on YouTube where, and I forgot what it's called actually. I think it was the Toys That Made Us or something like that. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah, that's a series.
Yeah. And they actually go through how Transformers came about with the story I just said. So if you get a chance, right, have a look at it. It goes for about 45 minutes.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, actually, it might be it.
Yeah.
So just those lines that we all grew up with and all familiar with. So you have a rough idea of the background of these toys and how they came about into mainstream.
What's the quality difference like between, I guess, the original stuff like that I had as a kid compared to now? Because we sell the new Transformers line where I work, and I am shocked how expensive they are. Those toys aren't made for kids today. They're made for this guy and this guy.
I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video, is that collectors like us, we're a dying breed. We're
literally.
Well, no, we are because I mean, you look at the I mean, my son, he's 13 years old. My daughter's 22. He used to walk in here all the time and just have a look and, oh, yeah, you know, right. They don't take any interest in it. So I think what they've done is they've upped the price on all these figures because they know it's aimed at the adult collector who, well, cost of living again, has a little bit more disposable income, right, and can actually afford these things, right? And they think, well, we can cash in our chips, right, because we're not aiming for kids anymore. And like Simon said, they're aiming for people like us who can actually afford. Walk into a shop, bang, you'll drop $100. I'm not going to give a fuck. I just want that item, you know?
Look, what about the Beast Wars toys? Like, you know what? I wasn't huge into Beast Wars because it was such a foreign thing to go from transforming vehicles to transforming animals. It was kind of a weird concept to me.
Okay, so...
But I know a lot of people love it.
I think what the main appeal was with Beast Wars, I think it was sort of their first attempt at digital, with computer effects and all that stuff. So you're going from a 2D to a 3D. That particular line, as I was saying to Simon, it fell into a little bit of a niche where there was like a 4-month gap. There was nothing really happening in the Star Wars universe, nothing really happening you know, well, basically Marvel or DC. It was just that little bit of a boring period in my life, and I thought, well, stuff it. I'm going to start collecting these too. So
that new Transformers movie that's coming out, is that actually meant to be like these characters?
Yes.
Because someone told me they weren't.
Yeah, no. It's almost a 1-to-1 for Optimus Primal.
Did you like the more modern Transformer movies?
What
was it? Because I've never really geeked out about this stuff with you.
One was good.
Yes, I love the first one. The first one was really good.
Revenge of the Fallen was good too. But then again, I love Megan Fox. Who doesn't? Come on, guys. You know.
The weirdest thing is the original animated movie still holds up, and it's still the best Transformers movie by far.
Yes. And just wait one moment for a second, right?
And has one of the best soundtracks of all time.
And has one of the best soundtracks of all time. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a CD player, and that's another thing I tell about these stupid modern cars with their UB sticks and all that stuff. Like, give me a bloody car that's got a CD player, for fuck's sake! Pop that in there. Oh, you'll be whizzed back to 1987 or 88. Yeah, something like that. But that one there, oh yeah, that's a ticket.
Is there a Transformer toy from the original line that is, I guess, worth significantly more than others? Like, I remember still the day where I really wanted Grimlock, and I remember, I don't know which one of you guys took me to, maybe it was was it World for Kids or something, some toy shop in the city, and it was like all the Dinobots were sold out. Is there a old Gen 1 figurine which is harder to get than others, which has more value?
Honestly, I couldn't think. Honestly, I'd have to go on eBay and have another refresher on G1. Like I said, it's one of those things where these Chinese companies that rip these G1 and G2 Transformers, they do such a good job. You remember the old Transformers were only about that big. They weren't that big at all, whereas you get these absolute monsters like that. Bumblebee here would be considered a big bot in the original Transformers line. You know, I can't answer that question that one there. I'd have to do a refresher on eBay.
Well, if any hardcore collectors are watching this video, make sure you guys let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please. I mean, I'm interested. Honestly, right now, I've got my eye on the War for Cybertron Jetfire. I think that is an absolute ripper figure, and it's only a couple $100. But, you know, like I said...
Didn't you tell me you bought Unicron?
Yeah, Unicron's in the other room. He doesn't come out. He's too scared. He's, you know... He has lonely moments in his life, you know what I mean? Because he's this evil entity that likes to eat planets, you know what I mean? And he's got issues. Poor guy. Yeah, so he's just left in the box. Yeah.
Alright guys, that's all for this one. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And again, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe because we still have the full room tour to see everything that Jay has in this place. So, yeah, make sure you guys leave a comment, all that good stuff. And until next time,
may the force be with you.
Keep it simple.
We will vanquish these interlopers